We made it!
Where did he fall from? His body smashed to talc. It's a wonder he's still breathing.
All I saw was the corona, not his origin point. But look, he's healing already. Spontaneous regeneration.
I remember the tutorial era being a bit longer in the beta. I guess they streamlined it. What was that? What did you do, Calistege? His tone has become accusatory, suspicious. You open your eyes. The first thing you notice is this man's kaleidoscope of tattoos, writhing across his forearms. He wears a long dark coat, belted at the waist, supplies filling the pockets. His boots are worn and stained with years of travel. You blame me? He emitted an internal physiological reaction in response to the fall, probably related to that fantastic healing process. Obviously, Aligern. Her voice rolls and hisses, and you have to rub your ears. I almost thought your ears there. Your eyes to be sure that you're not seeing double. Faint echoes of her actions trail from her, each nearly mimicking her, through some act. And through some act, it should be through some act, and react to stimuli that you can't perceive. Her vivid hair and outrageous clothing remain constant through these shadows. Oh yes, it's obvious, Calistege. His voice is grim and clipped, then he sees you looking at him. You're no ordinary mortal, we know that much. Start talking! Oh, we got a Scad Fots ability use already. So he's thinking right now, he's the changing god. Calistege is deliberately blinding herself, but why? Can I not use that in the conversation though? Who are you? Dominant tides have shifted. Interesting. Silver tide raised a tiny amount. I think we're gonna have to look at that after this conversation. If you don't remember who I am, you're more self-centered than I ever imagined. You know he's not the changing god, Aligern. And now we're scanning her thoughts. Aligern's being more paranoid than usual. How long must I put up with him? It's his face! I've never seen any other people rebuild themselves like that. Only the changing god could have healed so quickly. Maybe you could help me for a change. You know what this means to me. You're familiar with the word changing, Aligern? It implies inconstancy. Thus, the changing god may well have changed. Several versions of her shrug, and she addresses you. You'll have to forgive him. He believes you're someone he once knew, even though it's painfully obvious to anyone that you're a newly born. I and my sisters am Calistege. This is Aligern. We are explorers, knowledge seekers. That's how we came to be in this room. If I'm not mistaken, you are what we call a Castoff. The changing god created you, body and mind. Your sire used your body for a time, then abandoned it for reasons of his own. When his mind departed for a new experience, you were born in his Castoff shell. Who is the changing god? Ha! That's something coming from you. The changing god is your sire, dear. He discovered a path to immortality long ago, a means to transfer his self to a new body of his own creation. I don't think he knew, however, that when he abandoned one body, another mind was birthed to fill the void. Oh, he knew all right. The only thing the changing god cares about is himself. He doesn't give a single thought for those he leaves behind. He sees us as experiments, not humans. Are there other Castoffs? Maybe we'll meet some of them in our travels. Dozens. Hundreds. Who can say? Your sire has been doing this for several centuries. But am I immortal? That's what I want to know. That's my thing in these games. I want to be immortal. Though if all of them were born the way you claim to have been, it's a wonder any of them survive. So where are we? A sanctum of your sire's. The common belief is he has several such places throughout the Ninth World, possibly other worlds as well. We were only just able to gain entry to this one because of your grand entrance. If falling from the sky didn't kill me, is there anything that can? An excellent question. Having seen your regenerative abilities in action, I suspect they are primarily physical or regrowth. If that's the case, you'd be unable to survive most varieties of psychic or molecular decomposition, disintegration, conflagration, and so forth. Degenerative diseases could pose a problem, and I know of several entities capable of psychic destruction. So that's why in one of those memories, I was very worried about that molecular knife or whatever, because it disintegrates matter. As he speaks, a vision flashes into your mind. It's not yours exactly. Somehow, you know this is a memory of the changing gods. You are in a dark room, lit by a myriad of blinking lights and holograms from the many machines surrounding you. What about a body that can withstand the sorrow's attacks? Says a voice. It seems to be coming from one of the machines. No, you reply. The thing has no respect for barriers of any kind. Physical, temporal, psychic. This is the only way. With a series of gestures, you bring up an image of a crystalline pod. If the resonance chamber works, it will give us the power to stop the sorrow's hunt once and for all. We just need to write the right focal point, a catalyst. The memory fades. Calcish is still talking. You realize that the device you saw in the memory is identical to the one behind you now. It looks like, just like the Spectre had described it, a transparent sarcophagus inside a crystalline dome, with mechanical arms arrayed around it on a metal ring. Unfortunately, the dome is shattered, the sarcophagus is cracked, and one of the arms is in pieces on the floor. Whatever its function, it clearly needs repair. Or flesh-eating viruses. One presumes disfigurement by the Iron Wind could likewise be devastating enough to... I think he gets the point, Calcish. Do any of you know about the sorrow? I've had my share of sorrows, but never the sorrow. What's that, a disease? Her mouth compresses in a tight line. I know nothing about it. Now would be a good time for one of those scanned thoughts, I think. She knows more than she's telling. Do either of you know how to fix that crystal chamber there? Quest received. Not likely, though it might not be possible. You need people with the appropriate knowledge. I'm sure the cult of the changing god will hold the answer. Her distaste is evident in the expressions of her echoes, although the face of one in the lead remains carefully impassive. You'd turn to the insane to help a newborn. Where's your judgment, Algern? I would take him to the Order of Truth. Order of Truth? Are you mad? They would sooner take us apart. What is the Order of Truth? Knowledge seekers. The learned who try to wrest secrets from the heart of the prior worlds. They gather in the city to exchange their findings and help humanity to build a brighter future. Our friend Algern here was once one of them. Frauds, quacksalvers and charlatans. They don't have all the answers, and I'd not trust them with the changing god secrets. You're just angry that they couldn't help you with yours. But I'm being too cruel, Dale Algern. Let us take our new friend to the Order. What about these cults? I mean, it sounds pretty self-explanatory. They worship the changing god. I might have power there. Power is good. Despite what she says, they're not insane. They're eccentrics. They're worshippers of, well, of you and your sire. The changing god. They devote their lives to understanding your kind. I mean, I feel like she looks like a nano, and he might be either a glaive or a jack. So I think we're gonna go with him. I think this is a one type... I mean, I hope I can get them both. But... Aligern, will you take me to the cult of the Changing God? Can I get both? A wise choice. Your worshippers aren't likely to cut you apart, and they're sometimes fools, but they collect knowledge and data. They'll tell you more than you care to know about whatever you are. They could give you good counsel. Good counsel? The best counsel is to come with me. I'll accompany the two of you. When you change your mind, you'll need an introduction to the Order of Truth. Oh, it sounds like you're coming with me. Fine, we'll both go. But don't be surprised when Calistige leaves you broken in a ditch with your purse empty, while she laughs it off as a good experiment. Suspicious as always, Aligern. Child, the world is an exciting place, but it is full of dangers. Rest assured, one of us will get you safely to where you need to be. I'll be right behind you. I shudder to think what Aligern might do to the child. Alright, let's go. You've gained your first companions! They will follow the Last Castoff and can be controlled during crisis. You can speak to them about their pasts and take advantage of their unique abilities and skills. Companions have their own motivations and personalities, and depending on the choices you make, they may not follow you forever. You will find more companions who can join you as you travel through the Ninth World. Take this opportunity to explore your surroundings. You may find items, equipment, and more to assist you. When you are ready, you can leave the broken dome using the stairs to the northeast. Alright, let's see what we can do in here. Seems to be a lot of things to do here. Let's do a quick save. First of all, let's interact with this. A mechanical arm lies on the floor, presumably broken during your fall. Sparks pour from the arm's shattered housing, filling the air with a greasy stench. So I can use my machinery lore or quick fingers to scavenge from it. Let's examine it first. Maybe I'll get like a better chance? No, not really. Let's attempt. If you'd like the companion's portrait from the effort window, they can assist the Last Castoff with some challenges. Your companion's stat pools are used instead of your own. They may have different skills, abilities, and statistics that make the challenge easier. Alright. So maybe one of these guys are much better equipped. For example, let's see, I am there. I have trained in lore machinery and a 75% chance. And he does as well. But I want to have a better chance. Let's do a 94 or 95%. Yeah. Success! Taking care to avoid the sparks, you extract several handfuls of shiny trinkets and coin-like objects. You recognize their value at once. Such objects would be accepted as shins, the informal currency in most regions of the world, so you gather them up and take them with you. I also gained spray flesh. Anything else? No. Leave it alone then. Sweet. Now, what about this one? Can I do anything with it? Take a closer look. No? Examine. Inspect. I'm just looking for new options here. What about the shards on the ground? I can pick one of them up. Maybe I can use it as an item, similar to how I did in my mind. Pick one up. Item gained, crystalline shard. Sweet. It might be a usable if somewhat crude weapon. That's handy. Can I equip that? Let's find out. So we have our inventory screen. It seems pretty self-explanatory. I don't think we need the tutorial for this. We also have quest items. That should be in these slots. The final section shows the ciphers and your cipher limits. Ciphers shown in the inner ring are highlighted in blue and are safe to carry. Those on the outer ring, highlighted in orange, are over your cipher limit and inflict negative effects as long as you're carrying them. Alright. Duct tape? What? What about duct tape? Can I use it on the... Was there anything about duct tape that I missed, Brick? Maybe. I missed a lot of things. But I want to... Oh, he already equipped the crystalline shard. That's cool. So what else do we get? We got spray flesh. It appears to be a healing item, a consumable healing item. And we have 5 cipher limits right now, but we don't have any ciphers learned. Hopefully we can learn some of those in a hurry, because we, as a nano, should learn that. Can I not use this? Shouldn't I be able to use Onslaught as a cipher? So how do I get that over there? Onslaughts. Only usable during combat, so hopefully that's gonna be there already. So what else do you guys have? He seems to be a Jack, right? No, he's a hardened nano. So they're both nano. We are a 3 nano team right now. I'm a learned nano. Also, what is this? Dominant Tides Silver. Oh yeah, we wanted to take a look at this. So basically the tides in Tides of Numenera are very important because they like influence our sort of attunement to the cosmic forces of the universe. So right now my dominant tide is silver, which represents prestige, power, and renown. People attuned to this tide desire admiration and respect. And there are like, I guess, sort of 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that, different colors. So these guys are also going to represent one, I think. Maybe not yet. Or maybe I have to travel with them for a bit to learn their tide. So this guy is a hardened nano who fights with his demons. Alrighty then. And he's got more might than me, but less speed. And he's got a mace in his main hand and some protective clothing. He doesn't have a cipher limit or cipher equipped at all, as well. But he does have some abilities. Innervate, which is the debuff or cleanse ability, and living tattoos. While active, use similar actions multiple turns in a row to chain increasing effects. So his tattoos can come alive and have like a sort of a summoning spell almost. Interesting. And he has points in smashing and endurance that I don't have, and a point in medium weapons. Is the yeah, the mace is a medium weapon. Cool. What about Calistige? She seems to be very similar to me. Although, yeah, she seems to be focused on intellect as well as myself. But she has a lower might score as well. So we definitely don't want her to be in melee range. She has a buzzer. Is that a ranged thing? It looks like a pistol almost. A light ranged weapon. And it uses speed in order to attack. So she might need speed as well. What is her abilities? She doesn't have a suffer limit, but her little loadout here looks different. Because her limit is lower. So these two are locked for her. So she has more intellect, but her cipher skill is lower. She does have 2 points in mystical lore and 1 in perception, which could be good for us. But inability, endurance, medium, and heavy weapons. And she has a trans-dimensional onslaught ability and a dimensional superposition. That is a teleport. And she also has a targeting eye. Gain plus 15% on esoteric attacks. Interesting. Alrighty then, I think we're done there. Let's see what else we can do here. Maybe I can get some good stuff from these mechanisms. We got some Shin, which is the currency. We got the Encephalic Rush. Heals intellect. and heal speed. I feel like I'm gonna take the... Actually, I'm gonna give you... Can I not do that? I'm gonna take all. Just because we can. But I kind of want to give those out. Maybe give the speed one to Calistige if she's gonna use speed more. A slate black, unimpressive device hunkers before you. As you reach out to touch it, the triangle of light on its casing blazes to life, and an image unfolds in your mind. A towering crystal arch rises over a jagged grey landscape. The air is dead or stifling, and there, at its emerald peak, the image collapses, leaving you staring into the device's triangular array of light. Command me. The device, or the intelligence within it, says, each word carefully etched with distaste. Who are you? Your command was not understood. Command me. What commands do you recognize? The free lights throb irritably. Heated air sighs from the device's vents, and then... a towering list of commands races through your mind, far too fast to read. You rub your eyes, groaning, and the intelligence chortles. Command me, it says smugly. Show me the list of commands again. Slower, please. If anything, the list poured through your mind even faster than the last time. Command me. He's a damn AI with sass. Examine the outside of the device. An indignant hum rises from the intelligence. A much newer mechanism on the device's side appears to be giving this intelligence its vocabulary and forcing it to speak to you. The device's original creator may not have meant it to communicate at all. Interesting. Show me the arch again. Might as well just go through all of these. Ah, here we go. I can use my anamnesis skill to, try to remember more about it. The number 0 or O, is that a 0 or O? Yeah, I think it's an O, is printed on its side of the arch. 80%, I'll take it. And I succeeded. The memory blossoms. You stand before this arch, eyeing the last 2 active cells in once impenetrable Lugum Vo. Unleash cell 29, you say, and a twisted artifact appears before you. You claim it with a faint smile, watching the light fade from the cell far above. You flinch from the memory, and it falls apart as you raise your eyes to the arch as it is now. Cell 29 is dark now. Only cell 0 remains. Examine the wasteland. Dry grit whirls around the empty plains. Alrighty then. Examine it again, just in case. Examine it again, just in case. Nothing. Alright, close the image. Unleash the contents of cell 0. You found a cipher! Ciphers are Numenera objects that can trigger a powerful effect, but can only be used once. Ciphers and your cipher limit score are displayed in a special section of your inventory screen. Okay, so these are consumables. I thought they were gonna be like spells that I could use per rest or something. Cell 0 will now be unleashed, the intelligence spits. Please be advised that the object you are about to receive is completely safe. Use no caution whatsoever. Warning. All safes or cells are now vacant. Shuddering Lugum Vo. Well, I got XP and unstable detonation. So it seems like to be in sort of a grenade. I'll take it. Interesting that a Castoff can command the changing gods' machines. How'd you do that? He'll never stop gnawing on this bone, you know. The truth is wasted on him. Though I admit curiosity. How did you do that? I remembered something. I don't think it was my memory, though. Residual memories of a past consciousness. Truly fascinating. How many memories might this child have access to? I must know. I would like to know that as well. Oh, don't act like you know what that was. It's just as likely the machine triggered something past his amnesia. She gives you a meaningful look, then mimics teeth gnashing like an animal gnawing a bone. Yeah, he's not gonna let it go.
In this world, then.
What about this? Can't do anything with that. I think we're done in here. I think that is it for the tutorial area, so let's head on out. I should probably equip that cipher we just got as well. I don't think it got automatically equipped.
I need to talk to you.
You do? Just a moment. Also, look at this environment. Very cool. Oh, it got automatically equipped. That's fine. I kind of want to give... Maybe give the speed one over to... What am I using? Although this does use speed. I wonder if I am accurate enough to not have to use my speed when I'm attacking with this one. But let's give her the speed regen thingy. And he's gonna keep the intellect. And so we do have health. Might want to give this to him though. He might be more usual or usable in melee range, so he might take more damage. Do I have to equip them too? I don't think so. What is this though? Bonded. I guess we'll find out.
Done.
Actually, I want to talk to you.
All right.
I want to talk to you.
This is the Reef of Fallen Worlds, kid. It's a dangerous place at the best of times. And with you lighting up the sky as you fell, well, we should get out of here as soon as possible.
Why were you looking at me when you said that? I wasn't. Don't be so paranoid. But when she isn't looking, he raises his eyebrows at you knowingly. So what makes this place so dangerous? I mean, there's like weird magical artifacts all over the place. And that appears to be like oil dripping upwards. The Numenera of the past are always dangerous. But there are other dangers too. Some closer than others. I hate to think what Khaleesi might do to him if I weren't here. Interesting. They really don't trust each other, do they? What's your story? Ask me again when we get out of here. I don't trust this damned reef any more than the company we keep. What about your tattoos? Can you talk about them? These? They're nothing. Call them a consolation if you must. Some call them by worse names, but that's because they've had occasion to run afoul of these little snakes. My gift and curse. They remind me of it every day. Let's keep going. I don't think Khaleesi wants to talk, so let's start looking around.
Without doubt.
What is this? Two floating cones whirl and spun deliriously around each other, giggling like children being tickled. The air around them smells of sweet, burning leaves. Watch them for patterns. Oh, we got XP for that. The longer you stare at these artifacts, the more you're convinced that they turn faster when their spiraling paths cross each other. With our mystical lore, we found that their edges seem to trace faint glowing lines that twine around each other, resembling a rope fastened to some invisible points beyond this time and place. Can I talk to them? They didn't seem to hear me. What are you for? The cones greet your question with a split second of hushed silence, followed by delighted peals of helpless giggling. They aren't for anything. They're from one of the worlds before this one. Sometimes the Numenera will do something useful. Sometimes they'll turn you inside out. And sometimes they don't do a damn thing that makes sense. I often said the same thing about you, darling. Sure. Try it again, just in case. Spam it! No. How about touching it? Base chance 90%. What about you? Seems like they all have the same chance. But actually, I'm gonna use his. Because as he's not using his the speed, I think. If he's using the mace, I think he might be using might for that. Maybe. We'll find out. But use speed. You managed to graze one of them with the tip of your fingers. Rorn, a voice says, and your vision is stolen from you. A moon hangs over you, but it is not the one you recognize. It's black and in a pearl-white sky. Thick, flat asteroids orbit it like petals in the wind. You feel questing tendrils at your ankle, and the hot wind in your face smells of scorched hair and grief. Your vision returns and they resume their giggling dance. Can I talk to you now? No. But we did get something, didn't we? Did we get XP only? Is there like a log? Pause menu. No, I guess there's no log. Pick this up, whatever it is. Might be useful. Another speed and a might heal. Maybe I'll give you this and take all the rest.
In this world, then.
What is this? A matte black obelisk floats in mid-air above the water. It has sharp curved sides that converge to a glowing tip that brightens or dims with the passing of the base faint breezes. Touch it. What could happen? You raise your hand towards the obelisk. Dull green light wells from within the black stone, fixed on you like a furious eye. I knew someone who did what you're about to do. Aeon Priest. A beam came out of the top of that thing and ripped his face off. Made a fancy nightlight out of his crystal necklace, though. But hey, I'm sure you know what you're doing. Oh, hush. At least that poor priest died in service of his curiosity, rather than stumbling about the coast, complaining and feeling sorry for himself. Go ahead if you must, but do be careful. Oh, I can use the crystal shard I have. And maybe, like, absorb its power? Do it. Carefully, you level the shard at the obelisk, and a superheated beam lances from the tip of the structure into the crystal, sending vibrations up your arm and suffuse the shard with a warm green glow. Sweet! Did I, like, buff my weapon? Light weapon bonus? No? Infused crystalline shard. Did it get more like, in the Reef of Fallen Words, a superheated beam, infusing the crystal with the obelisk's power. So is this like the bonus it gained? Plus 3 damage per effort applied? Or was the base damage lower before? I guess that was a good thing though. We didn't burn our hands off or lose our head, so that's fine. A tangled cluster of metallic tendrils grows from the depths of the nearby water. Strangely, they resemble clawed alien hands, most of which have 7 or 8 fingers. Examine. This seems like a very good way to get XP, so I'm gonna try to examine everything we can. Examine it again. Smash it! I think he had points in smashing. 60%. Use everything, 100%. You grip the hand nearest to you and snap it from its roots. Stepping back, you give it a couple experimental swings. Good balance. It might make a decent weapon. We gained an 8-fingered mace. You aren't happy unless you're breaking things, are you? I mean, technically, you broke the thing, Algern? Examine it again. No. I don't think it's gonna work to pull another one. No, they fortify themselves against me. So how does this compare to Aligern's current mace? It's a medium melee weapon, 4 physical damage and 3 chemical damage, compared to 4 physical damage. So it's an upgrade for you. You're welcome. Perfect. So what happens if I try to touch this? Will I, like, die? I'm just gonna try it. Quick fingers. Oh, once again, a dull, malevolent light blooms, and I have, like, the opportunity to yank it away. Maybe I'll get a XP bonus, so we'll try it. 75%. Success! A beam of light streaks from the tip towards your hand, but you're faster. So, did I not get anything from that? No. Well, I guess I spent my speed in... I wasted my speed. What do we have over here? A hubbling mass of sludge flows from the surface of the water. Every once in a while, an oily nodule separates from it and hurtles into the sky. Examine it. After a moment's study, you notice that the globules rising into the sky always contain something. Be it a shining core of untainted seawater or a tiny fish. The currents within the sludge move in a repeating pattern that suggests mechanical function rather than organic life. Attempt to retrieve an object. With... the Last Castoff, maybe? 80%? But I'll use up all of my speed. 80%. What about you? I can use up to 3 to get 100% and use up all my speed. I'll take it. To recover your stat pools, you can find a place to sleep or use consumable items. You snatched an items, and we got fresh vapors. Heal 10 points of intelligence and confirms fresh vapors. +1 intelligent edge. 5 uses. Search for more objects. More treasures, please. More treasures, please. More treasures, please. Aha! Patience! I got a Tar River Globe and 2 XP. So it seems to work in my favor if I just try more more times. But I think, yeah, we've exhausted that thing. Can I get over here?
Yes.
See what this is about? So we have like a door here. And what appears to be some sort of pipe? Oh, hello. More consumables. I'll take it.
It is done.
What is in here? Or is it a place to go into? The metal door is thick, heavy, and unmarked by time. Double rows of singular bumps run horizontally and vertically across its surface. It is firmly sealed. Examine it more closely. Upon closer inspection, you notice that each of the bumps is unique. Some have flat faces, others are actually many-sided polygons, and a few are marked by tiny apertures. Unfortunately, you don't see anything that resembles a knob, keyhole, or an access device. How about knocking on it? Nothing. There's no one home, dear. Hasn't been for thousands of years. Maybe I can find like an object or something to open it. Alright, leave it alone. We're down there. So let's try to get up here. Quick save!
In an instant.
What do we have here? What is this? It's a vibrating, levitating cube.
Yes.
Now, I have a memory about this from the beta. I should probably Can I rest up here? Or should I use my abilities? Area map. No? I seem to recall there being a crisis over here. But I don't see any way to rest up, so let's just move in. Can I do anything with this one? Before triggering the encounter? Nope. Nope. Now remember, I don't have to fight if I don't want to. As you step onto what looks like the back of an enormous construct, 4 strangers approach you. In the lead is a wire man with parallel scars running from cheek to collarbone on the left side of his face. He gives you a welcoming smile, pulling on grey gloves embedded with pulsing lights. He's about to say something to you when he notices Kalasish. He's the star where he came out of it. But what does Cal have to do with this? Cal! I thought you'd sworn off trolling the reef. Found anything tasty? Odds and ends, Koro. Nothing that would interest you, I'm sure. What is he doing here? He has something up his sleeves, I know it. Let them talk. I was wondering specifically if you had seen a falling star that landed here not long ago. He already suspects me, based on what we read from his mind. So I don't think we can talk our way out of whatever he wants. I've seen nothing of the sort, dear Koro. What about your friends? I know most of the draft that scavenges the reef these days. It is a rare pleasure to see a new face. I could try to use deceptions, but I do have a penalty in it, so maybe I could use... Did anyone have a bonus in it? I don't think so. Nice scars. Actually, what are those gloves for? Unwelcome but anticipated complications. It does so love his ambushes. It didn't have the gloves when I knew him last, but I'd wager they're connected to the device in the area. So, the star, have you seen it? Can I ask about the scars first? 2 things are more dangerous than death in this land. Asking impolite questions of strangers, and playing with Numenera you don't fully understand. My year was in the latter category, but I've grown more careful since. I could try to tell him the truth, but I want to try to be deceptive for the XP, maybe. Does anyone have any intellect they can spare? And possibly any good odds? 60% if I use up 4 of her... Or is it... What? How many do I use here? 2 extra? Total cost 2 intellect. What about me? That is a terrible odds. But I could use up his. Because I feel like if we're going to have a crisis, I might be better used. Because he doesn't have anything that uses intellect, I think. Although he does have his living tattoos and such. 80% though. I'm gonna use it. It worked! Koro studies you for a long moment before sighing. Alright, he says. Well, do let us know if you spot anything of interest. I'd like to say we'd pay for the privilege, but if we were rich, we wouldn't be down here, would we? If he's not telling the truth, then he's a fantastic liar. Guess I was wrong. 25 XP! We avoided getting into a crisis. Amazing. Now let's see. Oh, nice thinking, kid. That could have been a fiasco. You figured out why they were here, right? I knew I couldn't trust Kalasish. This is the last time I make that mistake. They saw me fall from the sky and came to investigate. Oh, sure. And they had just had that ambush ready to go at the same time as we were leaving. No, kid. Kalasish sold us out. I mean, we know that she didn't because we read their minds. So, Excuse me? Are you suggesting I had something to do with Kor's plans? Oh, I cannot abide his rabid paranoia a moment longer. Are you suggesting you didn't? An old friend of yours just happens to be waiting for us, armed and outnumbering us, as we return from the greatest find the reef has seen in years. It's too convenient for me. Too convenient by far. Of all the idiotic paranoid delusions, you really believe this, don't you? You really believe I'd use a half-wit like Koro to stab you in the back, rather than do it myself? See, kid? She'll stab you in the back first time she gets, or first chance she gets, most likely in your sleep. Look, I don't care. Fact is, I can't trust you anymore, and I wonder why I ever did. This is the last we traveled together. I've got enough to worry about without having to watch my back 24 hours a day. You coming, kid, or what? Yeah, we do have to change, or choose one of them. You're really going to walk away from each other over this? Oh, this is just the last needle that crushed the Anine. Always the paragon of class, Aligern. Well, seems like we have to choose. Can we work this out, please? My dear boy, we have been working it out, so it doesn't work. I mean, I feel like me and Kalsish are too similar, and I am interested in his like backstory with the living tattoos. Although I am also very interested in her backstory with the like mirages. Maybe if we like swap them out later, we can travel with both in time. But for now, let's go with Aligern.
As you wish. Should you change your mind, I'll be at the order of truth. But don't bring the complainer. A farewell to you, child, and best of luck. You'll need it.
Thank you. And good riddance. Come on. Whatever answers exist are up there. Alright, can I interact with all these things first? Just in case? Now that you've dealt with Koro and his goons, you can continue on to the city of Sagus Cliffs. To reach the city, cross the bridge at the north end of the platform. Sweet! We did it, and I think that's it for the tutorial areas. Let's see if I can do anything here. I can't. Alright, what about this one? There's a loose lens at the center of the depression. You could redirect the psychic effect somewhere more useful. Without any antagonist aimed towards, so I could use these in combat. If I got into combat. But let's move into the city proper before we end the stream for now. We've been going for almost an hour 40. That seems like a good place to end it. Let's see what happens when we move into the city. Let's get you to the cult of the changing god. They're encamped by the clock in the great square here. Alright. So this is about as far as I went in the beta as well. But I think they've improved a lot, especially the UI. And they streamlined the tutorial area bits. And this time I didn't fail the trying to talk my way out of the fights. And I feel like that fight, or the crisis, was quite a challenge in that build. So if you want to check that out, there might be... You can probably check out that playlist over on the channel on YouTube. Well, if you're here in Twitch chats, thank you for hanging out and enjoying the stream. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and share the video around to get the views up, because the views make the world go round. We'll see if we continue this at a later date. It depends on how well the videos are doing, as always. But thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time.